Review the Final Gambit, when the heir becomes the master player. Part 1. Introduction. The Final Countdown. Welcome back to the channel. If you've ever been obsessed with brain-twisting riddles, hidden corridors, and high-stakes psychological warfare inside the walls of Hawthorne House, then today we have arrived at the endgame. The Final Gambit. Avery Grambs, the girl who went from having nothing to inheriting a $46 billion fortune, is now just weeks away from the finish line. If she can simply survive until her 18th birthday, she will officially become the richest teenager on the planet. But in the world of the Hawthorns, the final moments are always the most dangerous. While old enemies have stepped back, a new player, deadlier and more powerful than anyone Avery has ever faced, has emerged to make his final move. Let's dive into the secrets of this explosive finale. Part 2. Plot Summary. Pawns on a bloody board. The story opens with Avery under the tightest security possible, living alongside the four Hawthorne brothers, Nash, Grayson, Jameson, and Xander. Everything is thrown into chaos when a mysterious girl named Eve appears at the estate gates. Eve isn't just a stranger. She is a ghost from the past, bearing an uncanny resemblance to Emily Laughlin, the girl whose death still haunts Grayson and Jameson. Her arrival is a perfect psychological trap designed to tear the brothers apart. But she brings even more shocking news. Tobias Hawthorne II, the billionaire's long-lost son, has been kidnapped. The man pulling the strings is Vincent Blake, a notorious oil tycoon from Tobias Hawthorne's early days. Vincent doesn't play the learn-as-you-go puzzles that Tobias loved. He plays to destroy. He believes Tobias stole something priceless from him decades ago and covered up a horrific crime to build the Hawthorne empire. Avery, Jameson, and Grayson find themselves on a cross-country hunt, deciphering clues hidden in the mansion's original blueprints and vaults beneath the family chapel. They eventually discover a dark truth. Tobias Hawthorne didn't choose Avery by accident. He set her up as a decoy, a human shield to draw the fire of his most dangerous enemies away from his own grandsons. The climax takes us to Vincent Blake's massive ranch, where Avery must enter a life-or-death chess tournament. There, she isn't just gambling for Toby's life. She is betting the entire Hawthorne legacy. Part 3. Highlights, Maturity, and Master Strategy. What makes the Final Gambit so compelling is Avery's transformation. In the first two books, Avery often felt like a leaf caught in a storm, pushed around by a dead man's will. In this finale, she finally becomes a true player. She learns to think 7 moves ahead. The scenes where she faces off against Vincent Blake are a testament to her intelligence and grit. She realizes that to beat a man as arrogant as Vincent, she must be willing to sacrifice small pieces to win the larger game. This blend of mathematical logic, psychological insight, and pure risk-taking allows Avery to step out of the shadow of a lucky girl and become a true queen. The dynamics between Avery, Jameson, and Grayson are also handled with great nuance. Jameson remains the daring partner who pushes Avery out of her comfort zone. Meanwhile, Grayson, the boy raised to be a perfect machine, must face the collapse of the idolized image of his grandfather. Eve's presence forces Grayson to choose between the ghosts of his past and the reality of his future. Part 4. Analysis, the true price of power. One of the deepest questions this book asks is, where does true power actually lie? Tobias Hawthorne spent his life building an empire on lies and manipulation. He turned his grandsons into warriors, but accidentally robbed them of their childhood and freedom. Vincent Blake, the antagonist, serves as a darker reflection of Tobias, a man who views family only as a tool for control. Avery makes a shocking decision at the end of the journey. Upon officially inheriting the fortune, she announces that she will donate 94% of the assets to a massive charitable trust to be distributed within 5 years. This is her final gambit. By giving away the vast majority of the money, Avery breaks the toxic cycle of greed and infighting. She realizes that true power isn't about owning billions. It's about the freedom to choose who you are without being controlled by wealth. From a stylistic perspective, Jennifer Lynn Barnes excels with her signature fast-paced short chapters that feel like a cinematic thriller. The puzzles involving braille, vintage wine labels, and secret rooms made of obsidian and agate keep the intellectual tension high throughout the novel. Part 5. Conclusion. A legacy of choice. As we close the final chapter, we see more than just a happily ever after for Avery and the Hawthornes. We see a new beginning. 1 year later, Avery is a philanthropist, a student of risk science, and the designer of her own grandest games to help the world. The Final Gambit is a satisfying conclusion that ties up every loose end while leaving us with a powerful message. It teaches us that a legacy isn't what is left to us. It is what we choose to create ourselves. Thank you for watching this review. What do you think about Avery's decision to give away the fortune? If you were the heir, would you have the courage to make that final gambit? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next book breakdown. See you in the next mystery.